In 1715, at the Palace of Versailles, the Sun King Louis XIV laid on his deathbed and made a final prophecy about his successor, who would get his title, throne, and power. A young man with square glasses, bullet holes in his body, hair loss, a holy godlike aura, and a halo would be considered the new Sun King in the distant future. His prophecy went down in the history of France. But after more than a millennium, the French gave up on the prophecy long ago and thought that the Sun King was a liar, but they were very wrong. In the year 3109, a boy named Dinu-André Valentin was born in Sector 5. He lived alone with his mother. His father is unknown and has disappeared. He didn't really have anyone and felt alone in his life in Sector 5. When he was 13 years old, he made friends his own age. They were inseparable and would steal food or get money from the people of the Frentari district. Life in Sector 5 was difficult, so these friends banded together to provide for their families. They have been through many situations together. In the year 3126, when Dinu was 17 years old, he went through the city again with his gang and noticed from the mood and air that something was wrong. The streets of the district were empty. He saw a man with his family, who seemed to be fleeing from the district. Dinu asked the worried man what was going on. He replied that this place would soon fall into the hands of the revolutionaries and that the civil war in Sector 5 would soon rage here too. Dinu and his friends were shocked. The man said that it was probably too late, that the revolutionaries had already surrounded the Frentari district, and that he was still trying to. Before the man could finish his sentence, he was shot in the head. Dinu, his friends and the dead man's family quickly ran away. They were pursued by revolutionary soldiers. The soldiers forced them into a dead end, and they were all shot to death. Dinu survived with severe bullet wounds and had to watch everyone being killed in front of his eyes. He went crazy, awakened his mysterious powers, and killed every revolutionary there. He suddenly became incredibly strong and had a halo over his head. Dinu was so strong that all you had to do was get close to him, and you would be melted to death from his incredible heat. The incident became known as the Massacre of Frentari. When Dinu came back, he realized what he was doing and how many he had killed, and he just wanted to kill himself. He couldn't take it anymore. But then he remembered that he still had his mother. He quickly went home to her and made a plan to escape from the sector with her. One day before departure, the government found out about the plan, and Dinu was arrested. Now he had nothing, no hope, and he would be taken to the prison in Sector 4. When he arrived in the sector and walked out of the prisoner transport van, he was noticed by some French nobles who had walked out of prison to talk about the situation with French prisoners in Romania. The nobles spoke to him and made fun of his halo, but he quickly stopped laughing when they noticed square glasses, bullet holes, hair loss, a godlike aura, and the halo. Everything seemed to fit. They were amazed and bought the prisoner on the spot from the judicial officers for 20 million lei. They brought him to the French embassy in Bucharest, and Dinu was thoroughly examined again. His powers, his appearance. He was the man from the prophecy of Louis XIV. He had the same powers as him. The miracle happened in the year 3128, when Dinu-André Valentin was crowned the new Sun King in Versailles, France. Dinu couldn't believe it himself, and the very first thing he did as king was to go back to Sector 5 to his mother in Frentari to tell her this great news. But when he arrived, she had already died of a heart attack for some time and had never known about Dinu's success. Dinu was very sad and built a huge monument for her in Versailles.